I will give this wretched world the queen it deserves. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hey guys, what's up? It's Jake and I'm wearing a tank top. It's a bad life choice. Today, I am going to be doing a different kind of review. I'm going to take a break from the Princess dolls this week and I'm going to review a movie for you guys. I don't know why my voice cracked. Like that! The movie I'm going to review today is one I have seen twice now, and that movie is Snow White and the Huntsman. Dramatic. Oh, the first time I saw Snow White and the Huntsman was on my birthday with Jeremy. I really wanted to see the movie because the trailers looked awesome, so we did, and I loved it. And then I went and saw it again yesterday with my dad and my little brother, and I loved it again. So we did, and I loved it. And then I went and saw it again yesterday with my dad and my little brother, and I loved it again. But now that I've seen it twice, I feel like I can make some comments and I can kind of like review it a little more objectively. Before we really get into this, I should mention that there are gonna be spoilers! I'm just gonna talk about everything, and it's not like I'm gonna save them till the end. I'm just gonna talk, and there will be spoilers all over this beast. Well, if you haven't seen the movie yet and you don't want to get spoiled, you should leave. But go watch one of my other videos. I'm really entertaining. Yeah. I'm just gonna start calling this my review hat. Alright, so the movie stars Kristen Stewart as Snow White. It also stars Charlize Theron as Queen Ravenna, and it stars actual Disney Prince Chris Hemsworth as the Huntsman, who according to Wikipedia, his name is Eric. Didn't know that, because they didn't say his name once during the whole movie. It's your basic Snow White plot.
At the very beginning of the movie, you get the little intro with Chris Hemsworth narrating how the queen was admiring the snowfall in winter, and then she saw this beautiful red rose growing in the snow, and she was like, oh, if only I could have a daughter as beautiful as this rose and as strong as this rose that blooms in the winter. And she pricked her finger in the blood, and Snow White! Ta-da! So then after that, we find out that Snow White is revered not only for her outward beauty, but because she's beautiful on the inside as well as out, and that is what makes her so beautiful and cherished to the land. The queen gets really sick, and she doesn't survive a winter like 7 years, 12 years later after Snow White is born, and she dies like that. And then that very like same year, summer, pretty soon after that, the wars begin, and the king goes to war with this phantom army made of glass, and they've captured this beautiful young woman named Ravenna, who it turns out is actually batshit crazy and evil and a witch. So, and that's how the queen takes over and becomes queen of Snow White's kingdom. She kills the king, banishes Snow White to the Northern Tower, and is a really harsh lady, and just everything dies and gets that.
And then there's, then the basic,
You know, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?
You are my queen, except for Snow White in the tower.
And then Snow White gets away, the queen sends the huntsman to get her, the huntsman has a change of heart, they bond, maybe they fall in love, they are running from the queen, they meet some 7 dwarfs, Snow White's trying to get to the castle of her dad's friend the Duke, and her boyhood sweetheart, and her childhood sweetheart is there, and he's kind of a useless character, but we'll get into that later, and then they go to war.
and balls. Let's talk about the cast, shall we? Yes. I really love the cast. I thought that Charlize Theron was really cool. I'm pretty sure Charlize Theron looked at the script and went into this movie going, I'm gonna be as crazy and unstable as I can and it'll be awesome. She had that down. She was just, like some people said she was a little over the top, and I will give them that she was a little over the top sometimes, but at the same time, I just took it to mean like she's so off the edge of the boat crazy. She's just like in a whole nother world of insanity, and that's why she's so like,
You will do this for me, Huntsman!
she's just so off her rocker that she can't be tamed. So I thought she did a really good, she was gorgeous, so beautiful. And her costumes were insane, and I just want to look at those costumes endlessly. They were just so cool. I thought Kristen Stewart actually did a really good job. Consider, here's the thing. Kristen Stewart's never going to be able to get away from Bella. Not for years. I do not think Kristen Stewart is a terrible actress. I think she plays roles that don't help her prove she's not a bad actress. She has like no lines in the movie. I think if you compiled all of Kristen Stewart's lines in this movie, like actual words, not like the time she's screaming or crying out or anything like that, like if you actually took all the times she actually speaks in this movie, I swear you'd have like a good like maybe 2 minutes worth of footage. She doesn't speak. They gave her no lines. The lines they did give her, a lot of the time, were pretty awkward. They gave her one line in the dark forest with the Huntsman where he's like, "Frack this, I'm out, peace, deuces," and he's just gonna leave her there, and she's like, "You can't leave me. If you go back to the Queen, you're dead. If you leave me here, I'm dead." I don't know. I will give you, that was a really awkward way to deliver that line. "If you go back without me, you're dead. If you leave me here, I'm dead." Little cadence problem there, K-Stu. Should have worked on that. But other than that, like, she just doesn't say anything. She has no substantial lines until she gives the big speech at the end, after her sexual awakening. That's what it was. Don't even pretend it wasn't. But yeah, I thought she did a good job with what she was given. And now, actual Disney Prince Chris Hemsworth. Who told Australian actor Chris Hemsworth to play a drunk Irish huntsman? Whose idea was that? The first time I saw the movie, I didn't understand half of his lines. I'm not even gonna lie. He was pretty to look at, he looked the part, he kicked butt with the fight scenes. I didn't understand most of the things he said. Sorry about it. But he did a great job. He did a really good job. Ian McShane was awesome though, as the leader of the dwarves. He was so funny and awesome and little. I died. The guy who was the missionary in Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides was Bella White's childhood sweetheart, and he was the most useless character that has ever graced the presence of a movie. I don't even know why he was there, to be perfectly honest. He was such a pointless, stupid character. But whatever. This review took way too long. This is so much longer than I wanted it to be. This is not what I wanted for my life. So anyways, go see Snow White and the Huntsman. I really liked it. I would give this movie 4 out of 5 stars. Yeah, I can't wait till it comes out on Blu-ray. Once it's out, like, it's a movie I know I'll watch a lot. Speaking of movies that are almost out, oh my goodness, The Hunger Games is almost out. Ah! So I hope you enjoyed the review. Sorry it's not a great one. I never reviewed a movie before, so I really had no idea what I was doing. Oh well. Thanks for watching, you guys. Stay tuned this Friday for a new Musical Friday. I'm not going to tell you what it's going to be. You'll just have to wait and find out. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see y'all later. Bye.